Old spirits. Old spirits are really nice to have for birthdays and anniversaries and stuff like that. But also just because they sometimes, not always, but sometimes offer flavor characteristics that just aren't there on younger stuff. It's not always necessarily better. In fact, a lot of the time it isn't. But they can be different. And that is worthwhile. The problem is that old spirits tend to be very expensive. So when you happen to find older spirits that are kind of more reasonably priced, they are well worth your consideration. So I bought recently, I bought a whole bunch of Rum Artesanal stuff because the pricing is just too good, frankly. They're very reasonably priced, and I like that they don't seem to fiddle too much with their stuff. But one of the things I put my eye on was some of the older stocks that are just they're not too expensive. I did a Long Pond, I don't know, a couple of months ago. That was 20 plus years old, and that was fun. And today we're going to do some that are even older. I have got a Westerhall here from Guyana. We're going to get that poured right now. Glug, glug, glug. And I have also got a, how do you pronounce this? Uitvlugt. Uitvlugt. From Guyana. Which is even older. And this should be fun. I'm really hoping this is good. All right, so let's get into these. Before I taste them, I should just talk about what these are. Okay, Westerhall is one of the lesser celebrated distilleries on Grenada. Obviously, if you're a rum nerd, you should know about Rivers. Rivers is amazing, and if you haven't bought Rivers yet, go grab a bottle while they're still out there. It's fantastic stuff. Everything, they have a water wheel, no electricity. Everything is done, old school, 18th century style over at Rivers. It's amazing. Westerhall is kind of the opposite of that. It's column distilled. It's, basically Cuban style stuff, but pretty good Cuban style stuff. And then Uitvlugt. You may... Okay, so if you see this coming out of Diamond, Uitvlugt tends to mean column distilled, which is not that exciting. Uitvlugt refers to, however, a very old distillery, which is attached to a still existing sugar mill, one of the biggest in Guyana, actually. And importantly, this now closed distillery was a former site of the Port Mourant wooden double pot still, arguably the most famous still in the world. And indeed, if you look on the back of this, Rum Artesanal is telling you this is pot distilled. So we're looking at 30-year-old-ish Port Mourant that is affordable. So this, I'm really hoping this is good. Okay, let's start with the Westerhall, which is actually a little bit of a darker color. All this is going to be continentally aged, so don't expect huge, deep dark colors or anything like that. All right, so what is this? Westerhall Estate, distilled August 93, bottled March 2019. I can't do math on camera, but we're mid-20s, somewhere in there. Column distilled, based in molasses, 61.1% alcohol, and it is barrel number 1281 on the nose. Yeah, I mean, if you are a fan of old Cuban rum, which is out there, there's a fair number of independent, sometimes fairly anonymous bottlings of Cuban rum out there, or stuff in that style. If you like that kind of musty coffee and banana peel driven style, you will like this. at least on the nose. What am I getting? I am getting coffee of different kinds. I am getting cappuccino. I am getting just straight up like soggy coffee grinds. There's a musty character to this. Like old soggy wood, but nice. But then banana peel, RC cola, white pepper. There's some other fruit to this too. What is it? Like a little hint of pineapple. It's not. We're not talking like, you know, Hampton, Jamaica here. Nothing like that. Just a little whisper of pineapple in there. Almost some like musty cellar kinds of characteristics. Actually, you know what? Jaggery. I just bought myself from a local Indian grocery store some jaggery, and this like real brown sugar, proper brown sugar. That's kind of what this smells like. A little slightly ashy as well, like a little bit of like the ashtray for an expensive cigar bar. Overall, like, yeah, very old Cuba, honestly, on the palate. So I've tasted this. My life has not changed. It's not that kind of profound spirit. But I got to tell you something. If your 22nd birthday is coming up and you want something that was made in 1993 that's not too expensive, this is a nice little pick. This is delicious. RC Cola again. Root beer candies. Banana peel. A little bit of pencil eraser. Sometimes you can get rubbery notes in sort of Cuban style column-distilled rums. We're not anywhere near Caroni territory with this, absolutely not. But it does have a little bit of a rubbery industrial thing. Coffee, the cappuccino thing again. Old coffee grinds, but also fresh coffee grinds. Yeah, like little root beer candies. Pineapple thing, a little orange peel. Kind of a musty wood thing. I mean, you really, stylistically, you aren't like venturing deep into the woods with this at all. It's just a nice Cuban style rum. That's what this is. It's delicious and I'm enjoying it. And it was distilled in 1993. At this point, you have one 9 Inch Nails LP, one EP, and we're still waiting on the Downward Spiral. At this point, I don't even think the first singles have come out yet. So that's exciting. Let's move on. And let us taste this Uitvlugt. Doing the best I can. Oh my God. So again, Old Port Mourant from before the move to the Diamond Complex. That is what this is. Cask number 70, distilled December 1991, bottled July 2022, so just over 31 years old. 61.7% alcohol, and it is not expensive. But it's Port Mourant. Oh, yeah. This is a lot more fun. It doesn't necessarily... So this is... it's the thing with older spirits. It doesn't necessarily have more complexity, more intricate, profound details or anything than younger stuff, but it does give you something different. And this smells like, something different. What am I getting? I'm getting like almost a pineapple juice, like really the kind of more, not fresh pineapple juice. This is stuff that's been like canned or something, so it's a little bit artificial, but nice. Pineapple juice, which has been like soaked in perfume and exotic woods. Some cherries. Maybe some tobaccos in there as well. Some like lighter Virginia tobaccos. Very, very fun. Hello, Fly. The Fly is very interested in Port Mourant. Okay, there's a little bit of black licorice in here as well. Touch of olive. A few rocks, some flowers, florals. Yeah, the fruit aspect of this, it's like, processed pineapple juice with cherries. Even some kind of candy aspect to this. What is that? This is the fun in old spirits. There's notes that you just haven't like encountered before, and yeah. I want to say, what is that? I want to say like a melted lollipop or something like that. Like the cheap lollipops. Imagine like putting them all in a vat of water and stewing them up, and that's kind of what this smells like. Yeah, like stewed lollipops and pineapple juice and perfume and like a scoop of vanilla ice cream in there for fun, and like half a Natural Leaf's Nicaraguan cigar. Coffee? Yeah, a little bit of coffee in there, like a couple of Vienna roast beans, but not as strong as the Westerhall. On the palate, let's try this. Interesting. It feels very congested, for lack of a better word. I can tell there's a lot there. There's a real density to this, but it's all happening at the front of my mouth, and a lot of the time that's a sign of youth. But in this case, I think it's a sign of like I just need to add some water to this. Yeah, we'll add water in a minute. Let me see if I can dissect this a little bit. So you're getting a lot of Nicaraguan cigar, a lot of pineapple juice, stewed lollipops, cinnamon stick, perfumes, flowers, vanilla ice cream, exotic woods, balsa, a little tree bark maybe, black pepper, a couple of coffee beans. Wait, did I add water to this? The Westerhall? I'm losing track, sorry. I do not think I added water to this. So we shall fix that right now. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to guess both of these will benefit from a dash of water. I'm guessing the Port Mourant will benefit more, though. That's just my suspicion. There's a lot there. It's just not... It feels like a bomb has dropped, but it hasn't blown up. It's just kind of like wedged itself halfway into the soil. That's a little bit of the feeling here. There's a bomb in the front of my mouth, but it's not really, not a lot is happening yet. Give this some water, and we shall try it again. 1 squirt, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is sometimes the thing with older spirits. You have to babysit them a little bit. Sometimes it's time, sometimes it's water. It's a little bit tricky to get them into good drinking condition, and that's part of the fun. They have some personality to them. They're going to fight you a little bit. Westerhall, second round. I mean, I know the pricing you're going to see on 25-plus-year-old Cuban rums out there. This is less expensive than that, and I don't think you're missing out. I don't think you're, kind of losing on what you'd be paying for those. Like very, cola, banana, a little bit of rubber. New stuff, maybe the pepper is kicking out a little bit more. There's a little bit of a fennel thing happening now, which I'm happy about. Otherwise, it smells very much like the same rum and the same style of rum. Like, this is very firmly in the broadly Cuban style camp. And that's okay. I'm glad to see more rums like this on the independent market, on the palate. Gets a little bit more grippy on the mouthfeel with water. Otherwise, it's the same rum. It's got a little bit more of a peppery texture, a little bit more punch, especially on the arrival. But you're getting the same set of notes. Kind of industrial, rubber, slightly burned. Some tobacco, lots of coffee, lots of cola, banana peel. It's nice. I'm not going to score this that high. What am I going to score this? I'm flirting with an 85 plus. I don't think I can get there. I will call this an 85 flat. 85 points for this Westerhall. And that's not a humongous score, but let me tell you something. If this year is your 22nd birthday, or your 22nd wedding anniversary, and you want to have yourself a fabulous Cuba Libre, this is a great bottle to grab, especially for the price point. 85 points. Back to the Uitvlugt. This is the one where I really want to see what it does with water, especially on the palate. Nose is mostly the same. It's still like a core of processed pineapple juice with some perfumes, woods, ice cream, coffees, teas. Not a ton of... sorry, a little burp. Sometimes happens in reviews. Not a ton of change from where it was. Maybe, a hair bit more of a kind of cardamom, white pepper thing. But yeah, not a whole lot of development from where it was. Neat. And that's okay. I liked the nose before. I don't need more development on the nose. I want to see what happens on the palate. On the palate. And there you go. Oh, that's fun. Okay, this is improved massively on the palate with water. And sometimes that's what happens with older spirits. You just, at this kind of strength anyways. This has just really opened up and started filling up my entire, mouth space, as it were. I know I mentioned black licorice as a note before. Now, it feels like the black licorice is extending through my entire palate, back past my tonsils, kicking into my lungs a little bit, and it's kind of cool. If certain notes of this, not that dissimilar from the Westerhall. I'm getting some Pepsi notes. I am getting coffee, and some tobaccos. There's a little bit of, not really banana peel, but like plantain, baked plantain. But then you got all these other fun Port Mourant things. You've got the perfumes, the florals, the exotic woods, the intense black licorice, salted licorice kind of thing. A little bit of olive. This is more kind of classically rummy for me. Still not like a high-flying, amazing rum by any means. It's. I want a little bit more complexity. I want a little bit more, power and complexity in how it's doing what it's doing. But it's certainly a lot better than it was. Neat. And the final score on this, I'll go 87. I can't go any higher than that. I don't think it's there. But again, if you are celebrating your 25th birthday next year in 2026 and you're looking for something affordable, that's good. Here's an option. And that is the video. Keeping it modest today. 85 points for the Westerhall. What even is this? 26 years old? 25, 26? Good score for reasonably priced 25-year-old. And the Uitvlugt gets a 87. Thanks for watching, and cheers. Happy birthday, or happy anniversary, as the case may be. Bye.